Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch.
Yes, I have a human interest story. So the Ogun State Police Command has launched a manhunt for a suspect named Onyeka implicated in the murder of an 18-year-old Habibat Akinsoya in Obasa Mile 6 along Ajebo Road in Abeokuta. That's the state capital. So Punch Metro reported that the incident occurred at the deceased father's farm. Akinsoya was discovered dead on Sunday, bearing multiple machete wounds to her head and other parts of her body with her hands bound behind her back. So according to a reliable source, they informed the correspondent that the victim was sexually assaulted before being murdered. Now, another police source who wanted to remain anonymous said that the brutal murder could be linked to a revenge attack on the family, likely. And, they did not provide additional details when they asked if the incident was maybe cult-related or reprisal attack. That was not very clear. But the deceased father, Shamsuddin, had previously reported his daughter missing to the Kempta Police Division, August 31st, 2024. And he said that the girl had left the father's house August 30 to assist her sister who used to operate a point-of-sale business, that's the POS business in that area, where she was allegedly approached by this Onyeka girl. And, by the time they identified the suspect as the primary suspect, Onyeka, this time around, they said she had lured her, that's the disease now, to the farm, saying that the father needed her help to harvest cassava. And, by the time they got there, whatever happened. The family started looking for her, only for them to find that she was actually murdered in the farm. So the girl is already in custody, being questioned, and hopefully they would find the victim, the perpetrators of this act, and, let them face the law.
Okay, so I have the story of the hospitals, tertiary institutions, electricity subsidy, saying that they may gulp 188 billion. They said the federal government will spend approximately 188.25 billion annually to subsidize electricity supply for about 75 public tertiary hospitals and 300 educational institutions across the country. As you can all remember, the government had approved a 50% subsidy for the electricity for the public hospitals and the tertiary education. And we can also remember that in April, the NEC announced an increase in electricity tariff paid by Band A customers from 68 naira per kilowatt to 225 naira per kilowatt, which was a 300% increment. And it happens that the public tertiary hospitals and the educational institutions are on this band. So, and he is also coming out, the Adilabu is also coming out and saying that the government will not subsidize for private businesses operating in these hospitals. And that he said the federal government was planning to meter all businesses running in each of the institutions to prevent paying subsidies to private businesses.
Moving on now to Daily Sun, hashtag end bad governance protest fallout. New twist as federal government goes after the Britain over the alleged plot to topple Tinubu. National Assembly lauds Tinubu's 50% electricity subsidy for public hospitals. PDP initiates discussions to bring Kwakonso Obi back. Tragedy in Nsukka, as mom, daughter, 2 others die in their sleep. Mbak commissions multiple road, renames Agbakpa Road after Mike Ejiagba. And fuel scarcity worsens as marketers' stock run dry. Okay, which story?
Let me take a few good stories. So the Enugu State Governor, Dr. Peter Mba, had gone on a spate of road commissionings around Enugu, and one of such roads was the Obinagu Road, which he renamed after. That road is a stretch of road where the music icon, Mike Ejiagba, recently brought back to our memories lives. And so he wants to name that road that leads to his house after him. And he continues to say, that Enugu is a state of legends, not just sporting legends, but music icons as well. And Mike Ejiagba is one of their exports from the state as a center of art.
That's the Gwogwogwongo guy.
The Gwogwogwo. I've been singing the small sound I remember from it. So he named it, and he also commissioned the Texaco bus stop, the E4 Road, and the Nkpa Street along that road. He said they're looking at doing about 71 urban roads and 10 rural roads across the state. And the Commissioner for Works as well spoke on this. But I'm grateful that, he also said that from now on that he will take over the health and upkeep of the music icon himself. You saw the state the man had been because he's aged when Brain Jotta had brought him out back to limelight. But thankfully, the state has finally woke up and they're doing this.
So a very sad story happened in Enugu State. It was at the Amaeze Community in Nsukka local governments. The incident happened over the weekend on Saturday to Sunday, where a family of 5 died in their sleep. According to the reports, this threw the entire community into deep mourning, even as the cause of death is still not yet determined. The victims, a woman, her mother, and 2 others were said to have gone to bed after having their meals and on Saturday night, only to die in their sleep. The traditional ruler acknowledged that he has gotten that story, but they're trying to see if they can find spiritual reasons to this, because although the police is investigating, but they are also seeking to see other, if they could they can use the spiritual to unravel what happened, because it has never happened in their community before. Family of 5 were attacked. 1 is actually fighting for her life in the hospital, so 4 definitely confirmed dead, and 1 is in the hospital. Hopefully they can get some autopsy to find out the cause of death.
Painful.
Okay. We're done with Sun? Okay, moving on now to Vanguard. I'm not showing any story there. Nigerian... Open it. Oh, sorry.
Front page inside.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, presidency denies alleged frosty relationship between Tinubu and Shettima. I don't regret joining APC, Amechi declares. Nigerian airlines not delisted from operating to US over safety, says federal government. Major headline here, anxiety as pump price of petrol races towards 1,405 per litre. And 2027, PDP in talks with Kwakwanso and Obi, says spokesman. Okay, which story?
I like the Nigerian airlines not delisted over safety. They are delisted, but it's not over safety. It's about something else. So the federal government yesterday dismissed reports that the United States of America Apex Aviation Regulatory Body, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, has delisted Nigeria from its Category 1 aviation status due to security deficiencies. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, explained that Nigeria was delisted in 2022 because none of the designated Nigerian carriers operated to the USA for the past 2 years. Now, Vanguard recalled that 2 national newspapers had reported the Nigerian airlines had been delisted from operating to the US, noting that Air Peace was also seeking to operate there, but because of this development now, they will not be able to do so. But the Acting Director General of the NCAA, Captain Chris Najomo, made a statement and says to operate in the United States of America, Nigeria, like most countries, must satisfactorily pass the International Aviation Safety Assessment program and attain Category 1 status. Upon attaining this status, Nigerian airlines will be permitted to operate in Nigerian registered aircraft and dry leased foreign registered aircraft into the United States in line with their existing agreements. Now, the first time Nigeria attained Category 1 status was in August 2010. We didn't have our own carrier, but we could fly in using any other registered carrier. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration conducted another safety assessment on Nigeria in 2014. Now, they went ahead to conduct another one in 2017. We kept passing, and we retained that Category 1 status. However, from September 2022, they conducted another one, and because we had no indigenous operator providing service into the U.S., we lost out on that. So we are not able, we don't have any registered aircraft that is going to the U.S. We don't have our own airline going into the U.S., and that's the reason, not because of security issues, yes, just because we cannot meet up with the criteria. I have a
worrisome story, major headline. According to Vanguard, and according to them, industry operators are the ones talking to Vanguard that the federal government may no longer be able to sustain the cost of under-recovery that we know as subsidy due to the steady rise in petrol import bills. And so they might leave this price, to at 1,000 naira per litre or more, maybe, under to maybe 1,200 naira per litre, excluding the cost of delivery to petroleum stations to enable the NNPC, you will not be able to afford the cost of petrol. And this announcement, they said, was made by the Minister for State for Petroleum also yesterday, but the Vanguard reports that the current transactional analysis obtained by them puts the landing costs, including product costs, finance costs, freight, port charges, insurance, storage, and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority at 1,205 naira per litre. And transportation costs marketers margin puts it at about 1,405 naira per litre, and that indicates that the proposed 1,000 naira will still have an under recovery. And that's our new reality. This breaks my heart seriously, because whatever we are put into food and all of that will be lost in the cost of transportation within the country alone. And you'll find businesses having to cover for those costs, one way or the other. It will fall back on us. And if you still want to raise my GR by taxes, businesses will suffer. That's the reality. So we have to sit down now and remove our whatever unseen hand is controlling us, and decide to do our refinery here and make them work, and refine here and take out this landing cost problem. Take it out. God has blessed us with the crude. I don't know why African countries are like this. I pray I don't tire.
Okay, moving on to a story in Vanguard.
Yeah, I have a story in Vanguard, and it's about the Vice President Shetima talking on Tinubu. He said that the international lecture NAN is organizing is very timely, especially on the issue of insecurity in the Sahel. The security situation in the nation is something that the president is very much interested in and is not taking it lightly. He expressed optimism about the potential outcomes of the conference, saying, I quote, "I believe with the caliber of people that will grace the lecture, you will come up with a lot of perspective on how to address the insecurity in the Sahel in a holistic way." He also said that the theme of the conference is insecurity in the Sahel, 2000 to 2024, dissecting Nigeria's challenges, genesis, impacts, and options. And he announced that the lead speaker at the lecture, billed for September 25, 2024, will be Mohammed Ibn Chambers, former chairperson of the ECOWAS Commission. He also said that the conference is part of NAN's effort to expand its role beyond news dissemination to actively contributing to national discourse and problem solving. So let's see how that's...
Okay, final paper, the Nigerian Tribunal. Let's find a story of not taking Bill Gates in Nigeria for talks on development solutions. Queues for petrol persist as independent marketers sell 950 naira per litre. Gunmen demand 30 million naira ransom on 3 kidnapped victims in Ikiti. League of Northern Democrats flag off 2024 battle plan. Police declare Britain Nigerian wanted over alleged attempt to overthrow the government. And FG prosecutes illegal mining suspects in Kogi and Ondo. So Bill Gates is in our country right now. He's, according to this story, he's going to be meeting with leaders, youths, and partners to advocate health challenges, drive innovations, and improve access to health in Africa. This was disclosed yesterday to the Nigerian news agency. It said that Gates would meet with national and local leaders and partners to discuss and guarantee the innovations during this visit to Nigeria to ensure that we have enough health to support our health challenges pretty much in Nigeria. Gates, alongside other foundation leaders, will meet with experts in primary healthcare, agriculture, and nutrition who are driving progress across the continent despite the economic challenges and the foundation. So we hope to see the benefits of that meeting. Any other story in Tribune? Okay, I think that's all we can take on the Nigerian newspaper today. Let's go on a short break now. When we come back, move on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.